Hey everyone, just wanted to do a stream real quick about the travel hack video that I did a while back. Um, I was talking to someone recently about basically the mindset that goes into someone who, um, or normally that is associated with someone who doesn't feel like they could go on vacations or even attempt the same type of techniques, or in this case, the travel hacks that I talk about with credit card churning in order to take those free vacations every single year. But before I get into that, I just wanted to talk about the GDP release that happened yesterday. And if we didn't already know, I got the definition of recession pulled up here, which is officially, a period of temporary economic decline during which trade and industrial activity are reduced, generally identified by a fall in GDP in two successive quarters. So technically, officially, we are no longer in a recession. If you look at the GDP report that just came out yesterday, we are officially out of a recession. We went into a recession with the quarter two report because it was two negative declining quarters, or two declining quarters, two negative GDPs, and now we have a positive 2.6% GDP. So officially, by definition of recession, we are no longer in one. Now, it's still important to just kind of take note of how all these cycles work and how a lot of businesses, like the Bank of America article that uh, I talked about recently, is they're expecting us to go into a recession next year, and an even worse one than the one we're in now, and lose roughly around 175,000 jobs a month for the first three quarters of 2023. So, um, even though by definition we're out of it, uh, we should still potentially um, look at the positives of a recession, which is more time to buy assets while they're on sale, which is the biggest rich mentality take on recession that you should have anyways. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about is I just kind of hinted at it right before we talked about the GDP, which is the travel hacks, the credit card churning. So the whole purpose of this channel for me is, um, and the videos, the time and effort it takes into like researching and creating the videos and recording the scripts is it inevitably leads to a selfish gain because you know uh, I get a little better um, you know out of a negative kind of fixed mindset and more towards a growth mindset, which is the whole purpose of the channel, is to kind of help others with issues like that, is as bad as depression, and as simple as bad habits, which um, and that's the main goal. You know, yes, I help myself in that process, but the passionate thing about it for me is every once in a while finding that person that is the opposite of a man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still, and then they're helped from it, kind of like the same way that I was helped from that fixed mindset when I first had my epiphany moment. And ironically enough, it was when I first read that quote from Dale Carnegie's infamous book, well, just famous book. um, but however, if helping other people with issues like these is what directly helps me, and that can be viewed as a selfish thing, like even if this was the fundamental nature of most people innately, I'm sure the world would still be a better place you know, if in the back of their mind, their number one goal is selfishness, which is, just I guess like evolutionary as species is what we all are about. But the number one you know, tool that they use to achieve that is serving and helping others, then how would that not make the world a better place? I'm just kind of rambling now at this point, but the reason why I feel so strongly about this video and the script and the message I'm trying to get across, in case I fail to get it across, is you know, empathy. If you're anything like me and you just feel trapped sometimes, a vacation is, or some traveling is that getaway from, you know, whatever has you kind of like trapped in your life. So sharing these travel hacks and this credit card churning thing, it doesn't matter which situation you're in, period. Anyone can do travel hacks and credit card churning and get free vacations every year. Get a kind of have that temporary escape from their life, do a little bit of traveling, come back with new perspective, new experiences, and it's kind of like an introvert that needs to get away from other people and charge back up, right? Um, so yeah, just vacations and travel are an amazing reset to your life, perspective, and mindset. Everyone deserves opportunities and experiences like this. Everyone, which is, the whole reason um, I hope to teach the travel hack stuff too, and then they utilize it. Um, and I'm telling you, no matter who you are, you can use these. It does like, and then basically the technique that I'll show you into using them will actually, it's like self-compounding beneficial to you, because I'll just get into it right now then, I guess. So one of the techniques to make sure that you are doing the credit card churning properly is you can take bills that you already have and get discounts on them. Say like car insurance. You can go to your car insurance person right now, your service provider, and even if you're not already, go to your insurance service provider right now, and if you're not already paying you're paying it 6 months up front in full, you can go to them and tell them that you want to start doing that. They'll give you a discount. So let's say your car insurance is $100 a month. So if you go to them and say, "Hey, I want to pay 6 months up front," it's not going to be $600. It'll be like 475, 480, maybe 500. So just right then and there, you're going to save anywhere from $15 to $25 a month just by doing this, which is a bill you were already going to pay. You take you take a credit card offer that you get for the credit card churning for to get the rewards for the free travel, and say it says, "Hey, you need to pay $3,000 within the first 3 months before we'll give you the free, say, 80,000 points in travel rewards," which ends up being $800 in travel. Now, uh, most people can find an entire week of vacationing in $800. But that's just one card. So if you do two cards, now you have upwards of $1,600, and that's a week-long cruise where you're now even, traveling out of the country, going to different countries, you know, which is even better, perspective and experiences than just staying in the States. So anyways, yeah, say 3,000, they want you to spend 3,000 3 months. Well, the worst thing that you could do is go out and spend a lot of things that you weren't going to spend money on already. That's just how you hurt yourself in the long run. The whole purpose is you're spending money that you would have already spent to get the free money, and then you're paying it off right away. So you're not paying any interest on it either. So it would literally be a free $800 towards um, travel. But it's not just the car insurance. You can do this with sometimes with utilities. You can do this with most subscription services. Pay the annual upfront, And then the other thing that this awards you is in budgeting too. All this money that you're now going to see saved or still sitting in your bank account at the end of every month, you can put that money away. That way it's easier to do things with when these annual and semi-annual bills start coming along. You have a nice big nest egg, you know, it gives you more domain and leverage to utilize your capital. So I've been rambling. So here's a cool quote that I wanted to kind of just bring into this thinking is there is no such thing as constant happiness. What you see on social media is a false reality. Therefore, learn to be content and appreciate the little things in life. So this probably isn't at all the interpretation that the writer had in mind, but I just think that is a perfect segue or uh, you know relation to this whole escape on a vacation. Doesn't matter who you are because you can use these techniques and get a free vacation and come back with um, you know happiness because there is no such thing as the constant happiness. So there's always going to be the ebbs and flows of life, the ups and downs. And one of the ups can be these free vacations, and and then the being content and appreciation and appreciative of everyday life is when you're coming back with these new perspectives, this better hopefully growth mindset rather than a fixed mindset, which you can get from watching the videos on this channel. It, you know, that helps you with that everyday content and appreciation for the little things to have those little peaks of vacations and new experiences and new perspectives. I think this ideology is it's just perfect for the whole concept because I was just about to repeat the same thing. I got notes here because the rambling is even worse if I don't have some notes. I've actually done most of these live streams with no notes at all. So um that's pretty much it. Dang, that was only 12 minutes. It's kind of sad. Um, I'll go into just another scenario with the free vacations. Um, so I was talking to someone recently, and their kind of mindset was, sure, it in real good transparency because we're all human, and I do this all the time too. Like I don't see every single offer and jump right on it. Like there's offers that I see that I'm even like, That's pretty good," and then I just don't do anything about it. We're all human, right? And one of the things that my friend said was, you know, just the transparency and uh, awareness that that lazy kind of thing is there. Well, that's one step. Um, with this education and learning about these techniques, now that's just the first little hurdle to get past. The next little hurdle is this kind of like mental gymnastics of like you can't achieve it because you don't need to be spending $3,000 on things that you don't already need. Well, I mean, you can cash advance the credit card and then pay your car loan off for 2 months. That's going to be another several $100s going towards the free travel, which you were going to pay anyways. Your utilities, you were going to pay anyways. Your groceries, you were going to pay anyways. You add all this stuff up, and then, obviously make sure you're also paying the credit card immediately after so you don't pay interest on the credit card. You add all this up, that $3,000 over that 3 months is going to be like any other normal monthly bill paying cycle for you. You wouldn't have been coerced into spending any extra money on any extra things you didn't already need, and now you have a free vacation. Now, the thing with credit card churning is it's not just free vacations either. You can, um, just constantly save up the points and um, Christmas presents, like all year long. Save up credit card points for gifts. You can save credit card points for just local hotel stay, not like travel far away hotel stay. You can, I mean, that's pretty much the gist of it. You know, there's really not too much more that you would do with credit card points. You can get gift cards out with credit card points, which is probably just gifts along the same vein. Yeah, that's I think that might be it. I'm rambling and boring you guys at this point, but I guess that's pretty much it. Sorry. All right, see you guys. Have a good weekend.